If you think about it, you can make a story out of anything. Any idea, any thought that comes to your mind can be illustrated into writing or storytelling. That aspect is supported by the very definition of writing itself. My favorite explanation of the word goes as follows: the process of using symbols to convey thoughts and ideas in a readable form. Awesome, right? It's great that we have the ability to illustrate our deepest thoughts toward others. It's a great way for us as humans to understand each other on a deeper level. It's why we are so attached to movies and shows, to art and music. All these things we get to experience and attach ourselves to serve to unite us and broaden our horizons, opening up bright futures full of new things to create and behold. Past generations serve as the foundation for the new ones to build even higher off of. I, just as you out there, grew up attaching myself to amazing stories by authors aging or already long gone. The writers of the past have paved the way for us, and it is the role of us new creators to draw from their inkwell and craft something of our own making. That is the process of building today's authors, musicians, artists, entertainers, and novices in any other trade for that matter. When we reach the time where our paths become known to us, we set out to create, fueled by all the things we treasured from our youths. We create because they did. We craft our stories because they are something new and unique. We seek to validate our own lives through these great efforts, and hope to unite and relate to the unnumbered strangers in the world out there who are willing to invest in our creations. We strive to light a spark in them, and thus allow the whole process to repeat itself. Writing is a powerful tool that can influence the hearts of cultures, even humanity as a whole. In this way, the fact that you can make a story out of anything has allowed for great minds to perceive and construct the most exemplary works that we've had the pleasure to bear witness to. Yet, with all this being said, if you can create a story out of anything, why can it be so hard to do just that? Let's try to answer that together. When limitless possibilities lie in front of you, what do you make? How do you want it to play out? Where do you want this story to go? When the infinite expanse of possibility reigns, why is it so hard to get your fingers typing? I believe, through my experience as a novice writer, that it is because the possibilities are endless that we have a hard time pushing through. When you sit down in front of your computer, rest your hands on the keyboard, eyes focused on a blank canvas, it can be like facing down the void itself. The fact of the matter is that you are creating something out of nothing. Well, not quite nothing, more like raw, unshaped thought materials, if that makes any sense. But anyway, regardless, that can be quite hard. Overwhelming even. Why? Because of your mind. The mind is what enables us to create something from nothing. In this way, it is our ally. But when you let yourself drift too far into the mind, it can be easy to lose your sense of direction, get lost in the infinite possibilities, second-guess yourself, and critique yourself to the point of mental decay. This can lead to the point where you do not value your work. You invalidate, do not trust your own thoughts. The culmination of all these negative thought processes lead you to not being able to create. When it comes to productive writing or anything creative, it's all about headspace. When you let the negative, overcritical tendencies of your mind take full control, you've made your most necessary ally in the creative process become your greatest enemy. In order to bring yourself back to achieving your purpose, you have to take the necessary steps to get your mind in shape. My greatest struggles so far in my fledgling hobby in writing are all that I've just mentioned. My mind can be a complete mess most of the time if I let it. All the while, I yearn to create. All these bad habits are the cause of some great troubles that I've suffered through in my past. Even now, as I write this, it takes a lot of effort to not dismiss this whole video altogether, because some part of me feels that it's totally cringe and worthless. But from these troubles, I've learned the reasons why I had them in the first place, and so have grown somewhat, to the point where I am in a much better place than I was. I now know what it takes to get back on the climb and stay on it on a more regular basis. And to all of you out there watching, hang in there. Your sufferings, whatever they may be, will come to serve you in time if you focus on the present moment and learn from your mistakes. There is no great work without turmoil. There is no such thing as wasted time if you learn something valuable from your time spent. From these pains we experience, we gain the option to further hone our minds, making them sharper, stronger, and more able to create what we're destined to. You have to choose to work on sharpening your mind. Better times will come if you do just that. I guarantee it. Don't dismiss your creative thoughts so easily. I believe that just about every creative thought that pops into your mind is at least worth writing down. So write those thoughts down. They will help you find the right path if they can't be used in the final draft. If you keep bashing and dismissing your creative thoughts, your mind will eventually stop conjuring them. The more you guard yourself, the harder it will be for you to get into that zone. Speaking from personal experience dealing with this, it's not fun. So let them come forth. Your ideas are worth writing down, and they are worth thinking about more. Stop being so head critical. It's good to analyze and edit the work you've made, but don't let your mental quality buffer pull out your weeds and garden plants altogether. When you're in the process of writing a key scene, it can be so easy to stop yourself and think too hard on where it should go. Follow your heart on it and write it down. Heavily outlining your work, deciding the directions for all your key scenes beforehand is also a great way to prevent this dilemma from happening when you're in the writing process. Get out more. The reason you may feel burnt out is because you're cramped and in a likely unhealthy sitting position the 5th day in a row in your room trying to force yourself to create when you have no experiences to act as fuel. Going out may seem counterproductive, but I can simply guarantee that the places you go and things you do in the world outside your room will inspire you and recharge your creative batteries. It does take time, but you will gain so much more and get more work done if you go and have some fun every now and then, in comparison to if you were to stay in your room every day trying to force yourself. People support you. The mind is a powerful entity, powerful enough to bring great works into the world, and also powerful enough to make you believe the greatest of lies. Your mind can trick you into believing that you are truly alone and that no one cares, and that you only need yourself to chase your purpose. The problem with this is that just being surrounded by yourself, stimulated by your own thoughts, will make it all the easier for you to fall victim to your bad habits and negative thought processes. It is good to take the time alone to reflect on yourself and learn, but it takes someone else around you to see the true value in yourself. The insight you gain from others is a valuable gift that you need to let yourself obtain. Confiding in others when you can't see the point anymore will straighten you out and help you get back on the right path. It would be a lie if I told you that doing all this will fix your mind forever, but the harsh reality of it is that it's a battle you have to face every day. My only advice to help with that is to approach your time here with the mindset that you will win every day. Finally, do not forget that what you are doing is good, valuable to others, and worth the effort. If your purpose is to create, then do it. It would be such a waste for you to let your gift go unnoticed simply because your mind is tricking you into believing that your work is totally worthless. All the great authors, artists, and musicians you've grown up with have most certainly battled the same things that you are facing, and that didn't stop them. They made their stories regardless. They made themselves known, and you read them, you listened to them, and witnessed them. That is why it's worth it. It will reach someone if you put in the work. At the end of the day, your story is simply worth creating. Your book, your music, your video, your art piece, and any passion you strangers out there possess is worth generating, worth fighting for to create. So don't let your mind prevent you from creating things to rival the works of those before us.